Welcome to this gentle yoga practice for spinal mobility and health. Hi, my name is Katt, and if you really liked this video, then click the like button and subscribe for more practices like this. For this practice, we're going to need a folded blanket, or if you've got a block handy, go grab that now. And then we'll start in hands and knees. Okay, so in hands and knees position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to start really nice and gentle with cat-cow. So starting to lift the tailbone, soften the belly down, and then shine your heart space forwards, gazing forward slightly, and begin to slide the shoulders away from the ears. And then drop the tailbone down, rounding into the mid-upper back, pressing into the floor, and maybe let the head drop if that feels comfortable. And again, lifting the tailbone, soften the belly down, heart space shines forwards. And then rounding into the back, drop the tailbone down, pressing gently into the floor. And let's do a few more rounds, easing into the back. Lovely, one more time. Lovely, coming back to tabletop position. Walk the hands a little further forwards. And then moving the weight forwards, shoulders come over the wrists. Nice strong arms. Bend into the elbows and lower down onto your front. Soften the shoulders down. And then start to lift up through the head and the chest, baby cobra. And then lower. And again, lifting up, baby cobra. And then lower. Let's do that again. Inhaling, baby cobra. And then lower. Okay, big push into the floor. Lift the hips up and back. Tuck the toes. And then easing back into child's pose. So press the fingers into the floor. And then reaching the hips back in the opposite direction. Inviting a few soft breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sigh it out. Welcome this time for yourself. Lovely. Let's move forwards. Untuck the toes, shoulders come over the wrists, and again, lowering down. Baby cobra, sliding the hands down, shoulders away from the ears, and then start to lift up through the head and the chest. And then lower. Two more, lifting through the head and the chest. Give yourself a little double chin, gentle stretch at the back of the neck, squeeze into the glutes, into the buttocks. And then lower. One more time, lifting up through the head and the chest. And then lower. Big push into the floor. Lift the hips up and back. This time we'll come to a wide-legged child's pose. So we can shimmy the knees a little wider. Big toes might come together. And wiggle the hips back towards the heels. Just see how that feels like in the heels. In the hips and the knees and the ankles. And then walking the hands forwards and softening down. Maybe little fingers can come on the floor and reaching the thumbs up to the ceiling. I'm going to scoop the arms forwards and reach through the fingertips. Maybe the hips lift a little. And then reaching the hips back in the opposite direction, making sure the arms are wider than the shoulders, and breathe. Softening into your jaw. You might give the bottom jaw a little wiggle. And then bringing the palms down, lifting up to tabletop position. Bring the knees back in. And we're going to swizzle the legs around in front. And then come onto the floor, onto your back. Grab your blanket. This is going to go underneath your head for a little support. all the way down. Da, da, da. Okay, come onto your side. And imagining you're sat on a straight back chair. So notice if you've kind of gone into that fetal position, uncurl, lengthen through the body and support underneath your head. Start to bring the arms out in front. And then start to bring the top arm up towards the sky. Allow your head to rotate, so maybe looking up to the ceiling. And then go as far as feels comfortable for your body, keeping the front knee where it is. So notice if the knee starts to lift, try and keep the knees together. Lovely, and then come back onto your side. Lovely, how did that feel? First one. Let's do that again. Reaching the top arm up towards the sky. Let the head roll and rotate with your body. And then back onto your side. Let's do that a couple of times. Remember, there's no rush. Keep breathing in and out through the nose if you can. The next time you bring the arms down, bring the arms into the body, roll onto your back. Take a pause on your back. A few breaths. In through the nose. Out through the nose. And then we'll bring the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Hands around the knees or behind the thighs. Your choice. A little rock might feel nice. From side to side. And then rolling onto your other side. I'm going to do the same side so I can see you. So rolling onto your other side, supporting underneath your head. Bringing the arms out in front. Letting the head rest. Start to sweep the top arm up towards the sky. Allow your head to roll and rotate. So we're finding a gentle ease with this rotation and then coming back on your side. So sometimes in these movements, it's easy to think about the beginning and the end of the movement. So many people want to go further. But how can we explore the whole movement, the whole journey? The beginning, the middle and the end. And the whole journey onto your side. You might even want to close your eyes and really bring your awareness into your body. Lovely, coming back onto your side, no rush, making your way there. And then we'll bring the arms in and roll onto your back for a little pause. Just letting the spine recalibrate back to neutral. Inviting a few breaths in and out. And then starting to bring the knees into the chest. Nice little hug. From here, keeping the right leg in towards the body, bringing the left foot down and extending the left leg long along the mat. See how that feels. Bringing the left hand onto the outside of the right knee and the right arm on the floor. We'll start to guide the leg across the body. So now the shoulders stay still and we really allow the hips to move. So the right shoulder stays grounded and guide the right leg across. And then slowly start to come back. And again, we'll go in and out a few times and see how this feels. See if you can keep a smooth, steady breath. Notice those points. If you hold your breath, you might be pulling a little bit too much on the leg there. We're really seeing how your body is feeling. Grooving the movement. Inviting a little bit of space with each repetition. One more time. And then coming back. Bringing the right foot down, we'll bring both knees in for a little hug. And then go over to the other side. So left knee in, right leg extends long along the mat. Bringing the right hand onto the outside of the left knee or the thigh. And the left arm stays grounded. So keeping the left shoulder on the floor. And start to guide the leg across the body. Let your hips rotate. Lovely. And then coming back to the center. And the same on this side, exploring nice and slowly. Keep breathing in and out of your rotation. One more, guiding the leg across. Take a little pause. And then coming back to the center. Bending into the knees. And then bring the knees in. Okay, rolling over onto your side. Press into the top hand. And come up. So coming up either to a seated position, so that could be cross-legged, or it could be on the knees, your choice. Support underneath the hips if you're coming into a seated position, and this can also be done in a chair. Notice the space between the collarbones. Imagine you've got a little hook here. Lift up through the sternum and grow a little bit taller. We'll bring the arms down by the sides of the body, maybe fingertips reach, and start to sweep the right arm up to the sky, and then up and over. Bring the left hand down, right hip stays grounded. We'll take a nice stretch up through the fingertips, and then softening over. Keep breathing. Nice, pressing into that left hand, come back, and we'll swap sides. So the right fingertips might come down. You can always bring something underneath your hand to lift the floor up to your body. And then the other arm reaches up and over. Coming back to the center. Let's do that a few times. Sweeping up and over. Inhaling, coming back to the center. And exhaling over to the other side. Inhaling back to the center. And then exhaling over to the other side, coming back to the middle. Reach forwards and then coming to hands and knees, tabletop position. Start to tuck the toes, press into all the finger pads, and then wiggling up to downward facing dog. So hips up and back. Hands a little wider than the shoulders, a little softness into the knees, and slowly start to pedal out the legs. You can get into the feet, a little bonus. Walk the feet a little wider and walk the hands back towards the feet. Feel the weight moving down through the feet, and then we can soften over the legs. Maybe let the head go. We can sweep the arms around the body as if you're drawing a semicircle around your legs. Coming back to the center, press down through the feet and start to roll up to standing, squeezing into the glutes. Shoulders, head. Begin to sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And then floating the arms down. Lovely. Last but not least, bring the feet a little bit wider. Allow the arms to hang down. And we're going to sway the arms a little from side to side. Get that gentle rotation. Maybe we pivot the feet, lift the heels, and go a little further. Let the arms be nice and heavy. And then start to make that movement a little smaller. A little smaller. Until we come back to that standing position. Let's stand up a little taller. And roll the shoulders back and down. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And then bring the hands together in front of the heart center. Let's take 5 breaths together, softly breathing in and out through the nose. A moment of stillness. Last breath. And then release the arms. Have a little wiggle. See how you're feeling. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more limber, a little bit more flexible. If you enjoyed this practice, then click the like button and subscribe for more practices like this. And I'll see you in the next session.